There comes a moment in life when everything feels uncertain, when the future seems like a shadow you cannot quite understand. And if you are here right now, perhaps you are standing in that very moment, searching for clarity in the middle of confusion, searching for strength when fear quietly whispers in your mind. Stage 5. Chronic kidney disease is not just a medical term. It is a life-changing reality. And yet, within this reality, there is something powerful that many people overlook. Something that can transform fear into understanding and uncertainty into control. You see, fear often grows in the absence of knowledge. And when something feels unknown, it begins to feel overwhelming. But the truth is, when you begin to understand what is happening inside your body, when you begin to see the path ahead with clearer eyes, something shifts within you. The weight becomes lighter, the fear becomes quieter, and your ability to face each day becomes stronger. This is not about ignoring the seriousness of the condition. It is about facing it with awareness, courage, and a calm sense of direction. Many people hear the words Stage 5 CKD and immediately think of the worst possible outcomes. But what if, instead of seeing it as an ending, you began to see it as a turning point, a moment where your awareness, your decisions, and your mindset become more important than ever before? The human mind has an incredible ability to adapt, to grow, and to find meaning, even in the most difficult situations. And this journey, as challenging as it may seem, is still a journey where you have choices, where you have influence, and where your understanding can shape your experience. Inspired by the insights of Dr. Mathew R. Weir, it becomes clear that knowledge is not just information, it is empowerment. It is the quiet strength that allows you to take a deep breath and say, I will face this, one step at a time. When you begin to learn what Stage 5 CKD truly means, you realize that it is a stage where the kidneys have lost most of their function. But it is also a stage where medical care, support systems, and informed decisions come together to help you continue forward. This is where your journey becomes not just about survival, but about understanding how to live with purpose, how to adapt your lifestyle, and how to make decisions that align with your values and your well-being. There will be moments when doubt tries to return, moments when the road ahead feels unclear. But within those moments lies an opportunity to remind yourself that you are not powerless, that you are learning, growing, and becoming stronger with every piece of knowledge you gain. This is the beginning of a new perspective, a new way of seeing your situation, not as something that controls you, but as something you can face with awareness, strength, and a steady sense of hope. And yet, just when you begin to feel a sense of understanding, a deeper question often rises quietly within you. What happens next? What does the road ahead truly look like? And it is here, in this very space between knowledge and uncertainty, where the greatest emotional weight begins to settle. Because understanding Stage 5 CKD is one thing, but living with the decisions it brings is something entirely different, something that challenges not only the body, but also the mind and the spirit. There comes a point where you are faced with choices that feel heavy, choices about treatments, about dialysis, about transplant possibilities, and even about the kind of life you want to continue living. These are not simple decisions, and it is natural to feel overwhelmed, to feel as though the path ahead is filled with unknown turns. But what many people do not realize is that within this uncertainty lies a quiet form of control, a space where your awareness can guide you toward decisions that align with your values, your comfort, and your sense of dignity. As emphasized through the perspective inspired by Dr. Mathew R. Weir, it is not just about extending life, but about understanding the quality of that life, about making choices that feel right for you, not just medically, but emotionally and mentally as well. There may be moments when the word dialysis feels intimidating, when it sounds like a loss of freedom, a disruption of normal life, and yet, for many, it becomes a bridge, a way to continue forward, to gain time, to create moments that still matter. Then there are those who may consider a transplant, a possibility that carries both hope and uncertainty, requiring patience, resilience, and trust in the process. And in some cases, there are individuals who choose supportive or conservative care, focusing on comfort, peace, and quality of life, rather than aggressive interventions. None of these paths are wrong. None of them are signs of weakness. They are simply different expressions of strength, different ways of facing a deeply personal journey. But here is where the suspense truly lies. Because the hardest part is not the medical facts. It is the silent moments when you sit with your thoughts, when you wonder if you are making the right decision, when fear tries to return in subtle ways, whispering doubts into your mind. It is in these moments that clarity becomes your greatest ally. Because when you understand your condition, when you take the time to learn, to ask questions and to reflect, you begin to replace fear with direction. You begin to see that you are not alone in this journey, that there are healthcare professionals, support systems, and loved ones who stand beside you, ready to help guide you through each step. And slowly, almost quietly, something begins to change within you. A shift from feeling overwhelmed to feeling aware, from feeling lost to feeling grounded. The journey may still be complex, the decisions may still carry weight, but your perspective becomes stronger, steadier, and more focused. You begin to realize that even in the face of uncertainty, there is a path forward, and that path is shaped not by fear, but by understanding, courage, and the willingness to face each moment with honesty and strength. And as you continue forward, something remarkable begins to take shape within you. Something that was not there in the beginning. A quiet resilience, a steady clarity, and a deeper understanding of what it truly means to live with intention, even in the face of uncertainty. What once felt overwhelming now begins to feel manageable. Not because the situation has become easier, but because you have become stronger, more aware, and more grounded in your ability to face reality with courage. You start to notice that life, even in this stage, still holds moments of meaning, moments of connection, and moments of peace that are often overlooked when fear takes control. The journey of Stage 5 CKD is not just about medical treatments or physical limitations. It is also about rediscovering your inner strength, about learning how to adapt without losing your sense of self, and about finding purpose even in the smallest daily experiences. Inspired by the thoughtful perspective of Dr. Mathew R. Weir, it becomes clear that living with this condition is not about giving up. It is about redefining what living truly means for you, on your own terms, with your own values guiding each step you take. There will still be days when uncertainty tries to return, when you feel tired, when questions arise, and when the weight of it all feels heavy again. But now you carry something you did not have before, the power of understanding, the strength of informed decision-making, and the awareness that you are not alone on this path. You begin to trust yourself more, to listen to your body, to communicate openly with your healthcare team, and to embrace the support of those around you. And in doing so, you slowly shift from a place of fear to a place of acceptance, from a place of confusion to a place of clarity. This does not mean that every moment will be easy, but it does mean that every moment can be faced with intention and strength. You learn to focus not only on the challenges, but also on what still remains within your control, your mindset, your choices, and your ability to find meaning in each day. And perhaps, most importantly, you begin to understand that your journey is uniquely yours, that there is no single right way to navigate it, and that every step you take forward, no matter how small, is a testament to your courage and resilience. So take a moment to acknowledge how far you have come, to recognize the strength that has carried you through, and to remind yourself that even in uncertainty, there is still hope, there is still purpose, and there is still a path forward waiting for you to walk it with confidence and calm determination. If you're benefiting from our topics, please subscribe, like, and turn on the bell notification so you can see our new videos early.